It's a cliche. Students say a lot, when are we ever going to use this? It's been said for decades. People know it. Teachers, we should take that more seriously. I mean, what profession ignores feedback from the clients like that? Nothing. If someone had been asking for something to be done in some profession for decades, it would not be ignored. There'd be someone who would do it. It should be widespread. If we think when we were younger, we wanted the same thing too. You'd ask, when are we ever going to use this? You were serious. We shouldn't take this as a criticism, as an insult. It's a legit question we should be asking too. For stuff we do, when are we ever going to use this? Part of education, the essence of education, is preparing students for adult life. What are the skills they need? What are the things they're going to use? If something's important, it has a use in life, we should discover that. That should be part of teacher education and teacher training. It's like kind of same thing was done to us, so it's not like our fault so much. Different teachers out there. It's something that's like systemic failure, but we should all, as much as possible, as much as we have time with work, grading, family, stuff like that, we should start working on it or start demanding that it be done in teacher training, school things. Think about what we can do for the clients, for the students. Not so much maybe, teachers need stuff. We need stuff to make our lives easier, need to learn this and that. But there needs to be more focus on the bigger picture, the wisdom. That's what it's about. Passing wisdom on to the youth so they can live a good life and have a total perspective on things instead of a little narrow perspective. If you spend a lot of time never learning when something's going to be used and looking at things in isolation, then they're being trained to do so, to not make connections, to look at things in isolation, to be frustrated constantly that stuff can't be used. Then no wonder some turn out like doubting, like being anti-intellectual or doubting reason or something like that. It's like maybe an unintended consequence. And that one thing, you don't think of it when you say, maybe get upset with the student for asking, when are we ever going to use this? But we need to step back and get the bigger picture. Maybe be frustrated, angry, but put that in the bigger picture. Let that power you to learn more and not get upset at one person. And think about why. Do the 5 whys. Why is someone asking that? We can dig back into human nature and figure it out. Or why am I responding this way to it instead of a different way? What's the basic reason? What's the cause? We should analyze things like that, dig into it, and more serve our clients. I mean, you got the heart, you're there for the students, you love them, you want to help teach them, help them to think better. So this is one thing we should dig into. Thinking is about reality, not conforming to a test or conforming to mere societal expectations. Thinking is about being aware of reality. Knowledge is an awareness of things in the world. It's got to be concrete, real things that we're aware of. A straight connection. That shouldn't be short-circuited or misdirected or denied. It's not just words or stuff on a test, but it's things in reality that we need to focus on. Then we can see when stuff is used, because we'll be focusing on reality more. And it should be more like students should be saying more, okay, you've told me enough, that's enough for now, I can't handle any more information, I can't retain it all. That's what should be done about when are we ever going to use this. It shouldn't be a misunderstanding. And people ask that for a reason, because learning to connect is a skill we need to learn. It's not obvious. Just because some adult who's an expert at something maybe knows some stuff, it doesn't mean someone who's new to the world is. It's like, as I read in some books, you can think of kids as being like a Martian. They come to this new world and they don't know the manners, the ways, the rules, the laws, the physics. Like they're from a totally different world, like a different multiverse, so to speak. And they've got to learn it. And it's the job of an adult to function in relation to the youth, to help them learn that. So we should do that. Let them know when something's going to be useful. Teach them so they learn to make connections, and then when they get older, they can do it on their own. Instead of training them to be frustrated, don't connect, isolate. How are they going to grow up to be wise and to be good and effective thinkers with that constant repetition beating down? We need to, again, think about what's the thing we're adding up that we're making it to a pattern or a generalization if we do that over and over again. Do we really want that? I don't think people really do. People kind of fall into it. It's kind of what was done to them. We need to break out of it and be real. So let's please get into, make it more systemic. Teacher training, teacher and service days, talking with other teachers, developing things. Let's please figure out when we're going to use this and then do it. Teach students to make connections so they can be good thinkers and be true to the world. Peace.